All right. Today, another matchup in our middleweight tournament with Legends of Boxing. Things are moving a little slow at the moment, but hopefully get into it going here pretty quickly. Pick it up a little bit. Today we got the executioner Bernard Hopkins, 55-8-2 with 32 knockouts, going against Marcos Geraldo from Sonora, Mexico, 68-28-1 with 49 knockouts. Definitely a formidable opponent for Hopkins here. Hopkins does have really good endurance, 30-24 for Geraldo. He does have a trait where his will is -3 versus power 7 or better, but Hopkins is only a 5, so his will stay at 6. Tail of the tape here. Bernard Hopkins is a higher controlled fighter. His defense is better, 3-1. Power better. His chin a little better. His will is very good compared to Geraldo's. Geraldo is a 6, whereas Hopkins is a 10. And TKO also a 10 for Hopkins and 8 for Geraldo. We rolled everything up here. Hopkins will be a 9 CTN to Geraldo's 10. Hopkins is going to open up on the inside, and Geraldo is going to open up in pressure mode. So both fighters will be an 8 CTN for this round. So let's get right to it. Round 1. That's going to be Hopkins, 63. It's going to be a 1-point cross, possible cut. Geraldo's a 7, so 7 or less. It's an 11, no cut. This will be Geraldo, 68. Geraldo dodged by Hopkins. Split action 96. Under brawl, it's going to be a even flurry, 2 points for each fighter. This is going to be Hopkins, 48. Hopkins with a 1-point hook. This will be Hopkins, 50. It's going to be defended, though. A 1-point cross from Hopkins. This will be a split action result, 34 under brawl. Be a clinch. Geraldo, 72. It's going to be a 2-point combination. Geraldo again, 54. 54. It's going to be defended. It's going to be a 1-point jab. Whoop. It is going to be Hopkins, 54, but it's defended. It's going to be blocked by Geraldo. That'll finish the round. 2, 3, 5 for Geraldo, 5 for Hopkins. So an even round, punch points wise. Let's check what the judges have to say. All right. So 3 off of Hopkins, he'll go to a 27. 4 off of Geraldo, he'll go to a 20. Gonna roll for both fighters. See if they change up modes here. Hopkins will go to the outside. Geraldo will stay in pressure mode. Okay, round 2. Hopkins will be a 9 CTN. Geraldo an 8. Split action 25. Under normal. Clinch. This will be... sorry about that. This will be Geraldo. Geraldo rocks Hopkins with a big combination. We're going to check the chin of Hopkins. He's a 9, so 1 to 3. 74. It'll be a 2-point combination. Hopkins just walked right through that. Coming right back at Geraldo. Hopkins 62. And Hopkins lands his own big cross. Chin check on Geraldo. He's a 7. 1 to 10. 91. It's a 2-point cross. So Hopkins answers. This is going to be a split action, 63. Missed exchange. Hopkins 6. Defended. It's ducked by Geraldo. This is going to be Geraldo 78. Defended. A wild miss from Geraldo. This is going to be Hopkins 13. A 1-point jab. Hopkins 47. A 1-point straight punch. Geraldo 32. Defended. It's going to be a 1-point hook. And that'll end the round. 4 to 3 in favor of Hopkins. Check the judges. All right. 2 off of Hopkins. They'll go down to a 25 endurance. 4 more off of a Geraldo. They'll go to a 16. Gonna roll for Geraldo. 5. He will go to the outside. So both fighters fighting from the outside. So Hopkins will be a 9 and Geraldo a 10. So not a ton of action here in the early going. Let's see if things change here in round 3. Split action, 35. 35 under chess. Juke and move. This is going to be Geraldo, 29. 29. A 1-point straight punch. Split action, 9. 9 under chest. It's going to be a foul check on Hopkins. He is a dirty fighter. 13. It's going to be a flagrant foul on Hopkins. This is going to be a split action result. Nope, it's going to be Hopkins, 66. A 1-point hook. Hopkins, 69. It's going to be defended and ducked by Geraldo. Again, Hopkins, 10. It's going to be a 2-point uppercut from Hopkins. This is going to be Geraldo, 69. It's going to be defended. Ducked by Hopkins. It's going to be Hopkins, 11. 11 is going to be a 2-point uppercut. Another big uppercut from Hopkins. Final segment of round 3. This is going to be Geraldo, 48. 48. It's going to be a 1-point hook. That'll end the round. Hopkins won 5-2. Hopkins takes that round, points wise. Let's roll for the judges, see what the judges thought. And we're going to take 2 off of each fighter's endurance. Hopkins goes to a 23, Geraldo a 14. And we're going to roll for Geraldo. 14, he's going to go back to pressure mode. All right, round 4. It's going to be Hopkins, 79. A 1-point combination. Hopkins again, 93. 2-point combination to the head. Hopkins again, 26. A 1-point straight punch. Geraldo, 55. It's defended. Gets a nice, sneaks a little jab in there. 1-point jab. This is going to be Geraldo again. 9. It's going to be a 1-point hook. This is going to be Geraldo, 3. It's going to be defended. It's going to be a 1-point cross. Possible cut. Hopkins, an 8. 5 or less. 19, no cut. Hopkins, 69. A 1-point hook. Split action, 9. Under normal. It's going to be a foul check on the Hopkins. 5. No foul. Final segment of round 4. It's going to be 54, Geraldo. 2-point double jab. That'll end round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for Hopkins and 5 for Geraldo. So an even round point-wise. Let's check the judges. And then we're going to have 2 off of Hopkins' endurance. He'll go to a 21. And 4 off of Geraldo. He'll go to a 10. And we're going to roll for both fighters. 2 for Hopkins. He's going to go elusive mode. And 17, he's going to stay in pressure mode. So a contrast of styles here. Be a +1 to a CTN, so he'll be a 10. Hopkins will. His defense will go up to a 4, though. And Geraldo will go to an 8 CTN. All right. Let's head to round 5. A surprisingly tight contest here. Through 4 rounds. This is going to be Geraldo, 91. It's going to be a 1-point uppercut. Geraldo, 23. A 2-point cross. This is going to be Hopkins, 11. 1-point jab. Geraldo, 73. Geraldo with a 2-point big combination. It's going to be Hopkins, 15. Defended. It's going to be blocked by Geraldo. This will be Geraldo, 35. Ducked by Hopkins. It's going to be Hopkins, 8. A 1-point hook. Geraldo, 3. 3. It's going to be partially blocked there by Hopkins, but he gets a cross in there and maybe a cut on Hopkins. Let's check Hopkins' cut. He's an 8. 5 or less. It's an 18, no cut. Hopkins, 27. It's going to be a 1-point long straight punch, and that's the round. So Geraldo started out strong early, but he's going to hold on to win the points-wise. 2, 4, 6. Our first TKO point of the fight, and it goes against Hopkins, 6-3, favor of Geraldo. Let's roll for the judges. So Hopkins will have 2, 3 off of his. He'll go to an 18. 4 off of Geraldo. He'll go to a 6. I'm going to roll for both fighters. 3 for Hopkins. He's going to go to the outside. And 11 has Geraldo staying in pressure mode. Okay, round number 6, scheduled for 10. Geraldo, 14. It's going to be a 2-point combination from Marcos Geraldo. Geraldo again. 1. This is going to be a 2-point cross and a possible cut. 1 to 5. No cut. Geraldo again, 89. Defended. It's going to be a 1-point combination. Geraldo, 56. It's going to be blocked and then countered by Hopkins. 44. He'll land a 1-point combination. It's going going to be a split action result, 71 under normal. It's going to be an even exchange, 1 point for each fighter. Geraldo, 9. It's going to be defended, though. Ducked and countered. Hopkins, counters, 8. It's a 1 point hook. It's going to be a split action, 60. Missed exchange. Geraldo, 80. It's going to be defended. A 1 point combination. Final segment of round 6. Geraldo, 10. It's going to be defended. Still is going to land a nice little combination. And that's it. For round 6, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8-3 in favor of Geraldo. It's going to be another TKO point. And Hopkins better watch out. We've got a upset brewing here. Geraldo has come out very aggressively here in the first 6 rounds of this fight. And he may have opened himself up a little bit of a lead. This would be definitely a shocker. So it's going to be 3 off of Hopkins. He'll be a 15. 4 off of Geraldo. He'll be a 2. I'm going to roll for both fighters. Oh, first let's roll for the judges. 6. Alright, now we'll roll for mode change here. A 6 for Hopkins. He'll stay on the outside. And a 6 for Geraldo. He'll go to the outside as well. So both fighters from the outside here in round 7. Hopkins in a dire situation here with the last few rounds. He's really got to put something together here. He starts with control, 73. A 1 point jab. This is Geraldo, 61. 61 defended. A 1 point combination. Split action result, 65. Under chess. It's going to be a juke and move. Geraldo, 10. It's defended. 1 point cross. It's going to be a split action, 42. Another juke and move. Both fighters trying to find an opening here. Another split action, 27. 27 under chess. It's going to be a clinch. Geraldo, 49. It's going to be landed. He's going to land a 1-point punch, but it's going to be countered by Hopkins. 79. A 1-point combination of his own. Geraldo, 36. 36 is going to be defended. It's going to be blocked. Final segment of round 7. Another split action. 57. It's going to be a juke and move, and that's going to sound the bell. Bernard Hopkins just not putting any pressure. Two, three. 1, 2, 3-2. Favor of Geraldo. Let's check the judges. So that's going to put each fighter 2. It's going to put Hopkins at 13. And actually, Geraldo goes to 0. So his CTN will go up to an 11. His defense stays at a 1. His chin goes to a 1. All right, let's roll for Hopkins. 2. He's going to go elusive. And here we go, round 8. Split action, 58. Under chest, juke and move. This is going to be Hopkins, 44. It's going to miss. Hopkins, 59. It's going to be a quick uppercut. 1 point. Geraldo, 28. It's going to be defended and dodged by Hopkins. Hopkins, 70. Big straight punch from Hopkins. Chin check. Geraldo, 1-10. 62. It's going to be a 3-point punch. He'll get control. Hopkins will. This next segment. 93. A stick and move combo. 2 points. Geraldo, 93. Defended. It's a 1-point combination to the head. Geraldo, 68. 68 will be a 1-point hook. Split action, 43. Under chess will be a juke move, and then I will end the round. But Bernard Hopkins had a nice little flurry there in the middle of the round. It's going to win him the round point-wise, 6-2. And Geraldo gets his first TKO point. Shocking that this has gone on this long without Hopkins stealing a TKO point against Geraldo. Let's roll for the judges. 14. Okay. 2 off of Hopkins. He'll go to 11. And 3 off of Geraldo. He'll go to a -3. Let's roll for both fighters. So we can change up modes. Hopkins moves to the inside. Trying to make his move here. Geraldo not giving in so easily. He's going to go pressure mode. So we could have some, finally get a little bit of a action here in the final few rounds here. All right, here we go, round 9. Hopkins, 61. Big 2-point hook to the body. Hopkins, 65. A 1-point short hook. Hopkins again, 92. A 2-point hook to the body. It's going to be a split action. 5. Under brawl. It's going to be a foul check on Hopkins. Oh, not good. 14, it's another flagrant foul. Referee halts the fight for a moment. It's going to give Hopkins now with 4 foul points. One more, he'll lose a point. This will be Geraldo, 2. It's going to be a 2-point cross and a possible cut. Hopkins, 5 or less. It's a 5. He's cut. 3. He's got some minor swelling in his left eye, under his left eye. Hopkins, 94. 2-point hook to the body. So he's starting to punish the body of Marcos Geraldo. Split action. 22. Under brawl, it's going to be a clinch. It's going to be a split action. 18. 18. It's going to be a foul check on the blue. Geraldo's dirty as well. 11. He's got a flagrant foul. 2 points. Final segment of round 9. It's going to be Geraldo, 43. 43 is going to be a 2-point combination. Nice finish from Geraldo. But Hopkins took the early part of this round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 to 4. It's going to be another TKO point for Geraldo. Not that it really matters. Neither fighter is in jeopardy of being stopped. Let's roll for the judges. 5. We're going to go 3 off of Hopkins. He'll go to an 8. 5 off of Geraldo. He goes to a -8. That means he's going to lose 1 on his chin and 1 on his will. All right. Well, final round. Let's check mode change here for Marcos Geraldo. 4. It's going to go to the outside. All right. Final round. Does Hopkins have enough to pull this fight out? Geraldo is tired. Let's see. Hopkins, 74. 2-point combination to the body. Geraldo, 5. Defended. It's a 1-point cross. Possible cut. 5 or less. 14, no cut. It's going to be a split action 4. Under normal. It's going to be a foul check on the red. Bernard Hopkins. Oh no! A 2-point foul, flagrant foul, and that's going to take a point away from Hopkins. This could be devastating for Hopkins here. Hopkins, 4. He lands a big uppercut, 2-point uppercut, possible cut. 7 or less. 5, he's cut. 47. It's a nosebleed. This is Geraldo, 45. Defended. It's going to be ducked. It's going to be Hopkins, 65. A 1-point short hook. It's Split action 65. 65 under normal. Be a missed exchange. This is going to be Hopkins 53. 53 is going to be a 1-point jab. Final segment of round 10. Hopkins 5. A 2-point uppercut. Possible cut. 7 or less, it's cut. 54. Another. Oh, nose starts to bleed again. But that's going to end it. Fight is through. 2, 4, 6, 8 to 1. And with the point loss, this is going to be close, folks. Let's see what we got. All right. We have a decision. It's not unanimous. Judge 1 saw the fight 96 to 95 for Marcos Geraldo. Judge 2 saw 95 to 94 for Bernard Hopkins. And Judge 3 saw it 98 to 91 in favor of the winner. And moving on to the next round, Bernard Hopkins. So Bernard Hopkins escapes with a split decision. Unbelievable. He didn't really do much to prove himself in this fight, as Geraldo kept the pressure on from the opening bell. So almost had ourselves an upset. But there you have it. Hopkins wins by split decision over Marcos Geraldo. And he will move on to round 3. And I thank you for watching. We'll see you for the next fight.